Hello students, in today's class we are going to study the different types of spectroscopy. We start off with the astronomical spectroscopy. Energy from celestial objects is used to analyze the chemical composition, density, pressure, temperature, magnetic fields, velocity, and other characteristics. So, now, whenever we talk about physical characteristics in which chemical reactions are not involved, in such things we talk about astronomical spectroscopy. And for this particular spectroscopy, there are many energy types that may be used in the astronomical way. Moving on further, we have the atomic absorption spectroscopy. Energy absorbed by the sample is used to assess its characteristic. Now, over here, the topic itself is absorption. Now, what do we mean by absorption? It means by taking in the energy in the atomic form. So, sometimes absorbed energy causes light to be released from the sample, which may be measured by a technique which is known as fluorescence spectroscopy. Attenuated total reflectance spectroscopy. This is a different kind of spectroscopy in which thin films are used, or it can be done also on different various surfaces. The sample is penetrated by an energy beam one or more times, depending upon the spectroscopy, depending upon the result, the energy can be penetrated one or more times, and then it is analyzed. Attenuated total reflectance spectroscopy and the related technique is known as the frustrated multiple internal reflection spectroscopy. And on both of them, we need to analyze the coatings of opaque liquids. Later, we have the electron paramagnetic spectroscopy. This is a microwave technique. Now, paramagnetic substances are either diamagnetic, paramagnetic, or ferromagnetic. Paramagnetic substances are the substances which can be magnetic for some time based on the waves or the energy field around. It is used to determine structures of samples containing unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons are actually used in paramagnetic substances. Electron spectroscopy. There are several types of electron spectroscopy because there are various kinds of electrons in different atoms having different kind of energies at energy level. And here the first one is Fourier transform gamma ray spectroscopy, in which the gamma radiation is the energy source. So now we have three types of waves: alpha, beta, and gamma. Alpha is positive, beta is negative, and gamma is neutral. So we have the neutral source of rays. Infrared spectroscopy. Infrared spectroscopy is one of the most common spectroscopies in which the infrared absorption spectrum is used on a substance. Although frequently used to identify materials, as I said, it is used quite frequently. Infrared spectroscopy also may be used to quantify the number of absorbing molecules. So it can not only be used to testify something on a substance, it can be used to testify the substance itself. We have the laser spectroscopy. Again, laser spectroscopy is quite common nowadays, and it has been increasing. The use of laser spectroscopy is being used very commonly nowadays, and the use of laser spectroscopy is increasing day by day. So over here we have the commonly used laser light as an energy source. Laser spectroscopies provide information about the interaction of coherent light with the matter. Laser spectroscopy generally has high resolution as well as high sensitivity, which is very useful. Mass spectroscopy. Mass spectrometer is used in the mass spectroscopy, and this particular mass spectrometer produces ions. Information about a sample may be contained or may be obtained by analyzing the ions and how the ions are dispersing. That is how they will do the mass spectroscopy. Multiplex or frequency modulated spectroscopy. In this type spectroscopy, each optical wavelength that is recorded is encoded with an audio frequency containing the original wavelength information. So depending upon the wavelength information, the multiplex spectroscopy is being calculated. The wavelength analyzer can then reconstruct original spectrum. So we have a machine known as an analyzer, and this particular analyzer, the specific name is wavelength analyzer, will analyze the wavelengths of the ions, and these particular wavelengths of the ions will later understand how the spectroscopy goes. Raman spectroscopy, Raman scattering of light. Of course, scattering of light is nothing but photons, and of course, the particles which get scattered and the light molecules is used to provide information of samples, chemical composition, and molecular structure. X-ray spectroscopy. Everyone must be knowing about X-ray spectroscopy. It is very commonly used and it is extremely useful as well. This technique involves excitation of inner electrons of atoms, which may be X-ray absorption. An X-ray fluorescence emission spectrum may be produced when an electron falls from a higher energy state into the vacancy created by absorbed energy. So it basically falls upon the energy. So with this, we completed all the different kinds of spectroscopy which is needed, the most commonly used spectroscopies, and of course all the important ones. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.